What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and we are in our 49ers franchise. It is week 2. We had quite the successful week 1, I must say. With that being said, the sliders have definitely been changed. We are now on All-Madden. These are our sliders. I know it may be a little risky to be having our player skill or our user accuracy way down and theirs up, but I don't want to win like that ever again. So if we have to lose like that, so be it. Anything to just not win the way we just won. I mean, I think we made great plays. We made good decisions. So even if it was harder like it's going to be right now, ooh, we got to play Geno Atkins. I'm fine with it, you know. He brings a ton of power. Commit to slowing Geno Atkins down. It's actually a good question. Let's commit to slowing him down. Let's not neutralize him. So he wants us to do outside zones, which is kind of what we would do for running. Make 1+ rushing TD. Apparently that's how, that's super fair to Geno. Hey Geno, we scored a rushing touchdown. You suck. What? That's so rude. And the question we have is, I have no idea who to use on our receiving core because obviously the top 2 are pretty much locked in, but this team has a lot of players with tons of potential. Guys like Trent Taylor, 25 years old, but he's got potential. Same with Kendrick here. You know, potential. Kendrick, Jesus. 24, potential. Jalen Hurd, obviously. I'm going to move him up to 4, and we're going to see how much we can get him in. Should we maybe make a trade? I'm not sure. Like, this is tough. We do have a few upgrades. We have Tart. He had a hybrid. I was really hoping we could get a guy to scheme fit up because he's a little bit on the older side for upgrading, and it would have been nice because he's probably going to be a little bit away from another upgrade. Speaking of Bourne, no upgrade for him. In overall, any speed, acceleration goes up. Take a look, Fred Warner. Of course, he had a pick last week, was huge. Going to get him pass coverage. Definitely going to try to work him up this season. He's going to be our biggest project on defense outside of probably Nick Bosa, right? Nick Bosa is probably the #1, but right behind him, I suppose. Here's hybrid again. I don't really understand the whole hybrid look for the safeties. I'd probably rather have them just completely work on zone coverage, but it got him his scheme fit. I know on paper the Bengals are probably a worse team, but be prepared for us to get destroyed. In Cincinnati, starting the season off with 2 away games, this atmosphere it's a little more serious. You know, the first game is a little bit of excitement, but this one's a little more serious. You got the clouds going. You got the weird fireworks on it. I feel like fireworks during a cloudy day is almost an insult to the institution of fireworks. That's not even a real thing. I don't know. Something tells me the Bengals, we're kind of in a similar boat where it's like we're an up-and-coming roster, even though the Bengals aren't really up-and-coming, but no one really believes in us yet. Everyone's still rating us as, maybe a 4-12, 5-11 team, which is just wild to think. And the Bengals, obviously, they're not even on many people's radar at all. So this is a team that could be more dangerous than one of the top-tier teams because you just don't know. And, of course, Tevin Coleman had an amazing week 1. Will that continue going against, that insane Geno Atkins defensive line? A little worried about that. They've got some young guys, some speedy guys on the edges. Our line is already bad the way it is. I must say I can't wait. I don't want to imagine what it's going to be like when we lose Joe Staley potentially after the year. Hopefully he lasts another year. Definitely going to try to entice him. I don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe lie and say we're going to trade him off or something. And there's a fumble right out the gate. I guess All-Madden isn't as hard as you think it is. I made it where they won't fumble as much, but apparently they still will. So we'll see. We'll have to monitor that as well. I had Jalen Hurd at backup tight end, but he has no blocking. And here goes Tevin right out the gate, already almost making Geno Atkins retire. All right, let's start this off with a bang. There's Kittle. Touchdown Kittle. There we go. I'm just hoping I did put an All-Madden. I hope I didn't forget. No fumble this time. Let's see if they want to hold on to the ball a little bit longer this time. Talking all that game for them. And oh, there we go. Missing big time. Tyler Eifert, a little overrated in the game. Starting off with a 13-yard gain, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's not overrated. It just comes down to staying healthy. If he can even make it out of this game. We've got some hitters. We got some goons. And there's a sack for Mr. Nick Bosa. He had a sack week 1. Week 2, he's got another one, forcing his way through multiple players. Very good move. That is amazing. I really wish he was a superstar X Factor because he will be well on his way, of course. Here, Great cut inside. Got a couple of options on offense that, John Ross, it's not over for him yet. He might have had a rocky start, but he's not done. He's still got plenty of time. Got guys like Joe Mixon. Of course, A.J. Green's always dangerous if he stays healthy. And Boyd, speaking of a guy that made a lot of money recently, almost a first down. It's going to be 1 yard short. Okay, now I have not really done these often. Inside. Uh-oh, Tevin. Tevin, nice little run to the 33-yard line. Tevin's a bit of a freak. You got to watch out for him. As much as I want to start the younger guy like Breda, whatever his name is, Tevin has just played too well. Like, we can all agree on that at least, right? Oh, crap. Oh, my God. There was zero reason for you to kill us. Holy crap. Yeah, I really don't want to take a look at this one, but oh my God. Like, please. Yeah, Preston Brown, and then it should say punching bag on the other side. I mean, maybe I'm just dramatic, but I think I'd probably start throwing them hands. I'm just saying. Oh, my Lord. And is that Preston again? Oh, my God. Okay. Okay, now the All-Madden's starting to show a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I saw the running back, but I just did not expect to get blown through like that. Hey, hello. We're going to play it somewhat safe. Maybe not. No, Jimmy, you had him. That is the worst miss of the season for Jimmy Garoppolo, and that will force a punt. Oh, yeah, now I win it. Oh, God, there goes Boyd again so far. Their top receiver, it's pretty early, so we don't really know, but haven't seen much of A.J. Green. Going to be locked into man coverage here. Let's see what we can do. And that is a burn for Jason Verrett playing against A.J. Green. I think we're going to have Sherman match up against A.J. Green all game. Maybe not. Maybe not. And sacked by Josh Jones, the speed demon, playing outside linebacker. They ran verticals last play and they couldn't get it off. Instant throw. Oh, blitz into a screen. Mix is going to be taken down. It's going to be another, kind of failed drive. They're being precise, but they're losing yards at the worst possible time. We're going to go for the big boy play right here. There goes Goodwin, and this time the throw's good, and Goodwin actually holds on. I thought he was probably going to drop that. The real question is, are we ever going to get one of our guys X-Factor this season? That's the real question. Ooh, nice play by 57. Their inside linebacker is doing pretty well so far. That's not the case. Perfect throw. Samuel with a nice catch down to the 31. We're starting to get our, hit our stride. Look at Lamar Jackson's first throw against the Cardinals. 0 for 1 and a pick. Basically, a running back. Running backs would have better numbers than that. So they just wouldn't throw the pick. There goes Tevin trying to slip it out. Good throw to the outside, and that is a poor play by us. Could have lose about 3 yards, and here's a little bit of a test. Inside for Debo. Perfect throw to Breda. Breda's going to run in for the touchdown. Breda, he might not be getting the rushing numbers, but he's still having a really good season so far, just on receiving alone. So now this has been a bit more of a successful drive, however. 3rd and 1 facing an interesting down. Looking like an obvious run, but when you got guys like Mixon, it doesn't matter. Just like we've seen, you got about 10 yards on an obvious running situation. Fred Warner in some trouble. Mixon going to find more room. Mixon slipping off down to the 11. He would have, instead of going for the tackle break, if he would have fell down, I think that was the better move. Would have been sitting at about the 13 instead. We won, but late, and look at Boyd absolutely cranking the ankles on Tart. That sounds really gross. Andy Dalton so far 11 for 11. Here comes a run play and stood up in the hole. Perfect defense. His perfect game, or have to give it up. And he's under pressure. D Ford showing up. Nowhere to go, and Andy Dalton playing a little too conservatively, but they will get some sort of points. To the outside. Perfect blocking for once. And there goes Debo, finding some room. Debo, one to beat. Can't get him. Huge gainer all the way down to the 33, though. Not expecting to see those blocks. Tevin Coleman going to cut this back left. Should have been more patient. That's us. That's all us. As the coach said, he wants us to beat Geno Atkins. Good blocks on the inside. Tevin, no chance to break the tackle there. Looking amazing on offense, man. Can't say the same for the defense, but bend don't break is a legitimate tactic. Oh, there goes Geno, speaking of. Tevin to the outside, gets the perfect blocks. One to beat. beats him. Tevin in for the score, and this is looking like another blowout. The slider's been increased pretty dramatically. Maybe we have to change him again. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. This is a huge drive. They have to put up at least 7, I think. And by at least, I mean that's the highest you can do. AJ Green making another play and a face mask. If there was anything they ever would have needed, that was it. However, inside the 10, maybe it's just me, but I probably would have declined that. Which would be really stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. From the 19. Missed it, and inside, there goes Boyd diving. Oh, somebody thinking they got moves, huh? Trying to copy us. Got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to try and do something with the ball. I think we did get the ball first, so even though it doesn't look great on paper, there's still a lot of potential for the Bengals in this matchup. Oh, McKinnon. McKinnon trying to cut it back out, and he gets a huge return to the 42. Like we said, that's going to be the spot he's going to strive in, and he showed it there. Spin move, not bad. Tevin slips away, gets about 8 yards. Tevin has been brilliant for the first 2 weeks. To the outside, Breida. That's a close one. Breida holds on. What a move. Jesus, how did he hold on to that? I mean, he felt open, but he went dramatic on it. Go with the slants. Uh-oh. Oh, hammered. Yikes. It's a 50-50 call because, of course, calling a timeout here, you know, they weren't going to call one. They were happy with coming away with no points for us. But I feel like we can get close enough for a field goal. Kittle. Oh, we're stepping back far. And, yeah, that's really crossbody. It was debatable. Unfortunately, it's going to be a punt. Yeah, they weren't lying. They definitely do not care about scoring before half. They just did not want to. Oh, maybe not play action trickeries. Great defense. He still holds on, catches the ball, and slips away. He shows flashes of brilliance. They have 3 timeouts, and they don't go for it. Like, what are they doing, man? I'm glad they had a decent run there because it's just such a waste of an opportunity. This is why they're in a 21-10 game. Not that it's over at all, but you know, they just don't take the risks. Andy Dalton specifically. Even if the coach doesn't want it, he could audible out. I know he's probably fighting for his job, but that's something a good elite player would do is audible when they see something. I'm going to try to hit some of that magic he had before the half. McKinnon slips away. Doesn't get much. We're going to start out with a play action. You can't trust us to not run the ball because we've done it very well. However, they're ready for it, and there is no one open. And we get sacked again. Uh-oh, this is it's a bit of a drive killer. Play action again. Kittle from the right. And no one's going to step up. Good. Turn around, Selleck. And that's going to be a wow. Sack, fumble for the touchdown. Nobody aware of the pressure coming off. That's their one shining moment this game has been pressure, 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 man. They have crushed us on the inside, the outside, the in-between. I can't believe Jimmy just coughed the ball up like that. Selleck completely unaware of what's going on. Step in our own end zone. I know it's dangerous, but we were at the 1. All he had to do was hold on to the ball, and he loses the thing. To the outside, and doinks AJ Green off the shoulder. It's a little bit of a shocker. Inside, and that's a terrible throw by Jimmy. Starting to think some of these hits are starting to get to him a little bit. That's a late throw by us. Debo does hold on, though. Even though it's late, he holds on to a tough one. Good job. Matt on the handoff on the inside. Gets a little bit of room. Slips it for at least 10. Oh, no. That's a terrible decision, and it's easily picked off. The first pick of the season. An absolute terrible decision. Back foot from miles out. Terrible. And now, of course, they're going back to playing conservatively. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a run. I was about to say, don't count out a run. He may be short. 3rd and inches. They're coming heavy. We're coming heavy. Yikes. Get the tissues. Don't think I need to really spell that one out for you guys. And there goes Colbert. Is his name Colbert or Colbert? I think Colbert is cooler, but could be Colbert. To the outside, finding room. We're not going to take a hit. I swear, if you would have even touched a hair on him. Does he actually have long? I don't even know if he has any hair. Just going to chuck it up, and that's terrible. There's pass interference. However, was that on us? They picked up the flag. They said it was a fair play, and honestly, I can't really argue. Honestly, I didn't know who had the pass interference there. There you go, Kittle. Finally getting Kittle back involved. Last time he had the ball was on the touchdown. And what is that throw? Apparently a good one. Devo cannot hold on. There was pressure, don't get me wrong, but if that's how we're going to be throwing with pressure this season, we are looking rough. Here's the starting, the draft class. We have about 4 of the guys starting. To the outside, Kittle. Might be his first 20-yard catch of the season. Was that even 20? Math is hard, okay? Yep, it was. He's a little X factor for words. His X factor bar is looking a third filled. Hurd, not the cleanest of routes, but he gets the job done. William Jackson trying to compensate for the miss, and he cannot get there. Good job. Tevin Coleman tried to hurdle, and that was a terrible decision. Could have lost Tevin for the season on something like that. Pitch to right, Coleman gets the perfect blocks, and he's going to walk in for the score. Could be a screen. It is a screen, and he throws it at the dirt. Felt the pressure. Made, once again, the conservative but probably smart play. At that point, it's probably time to just say, yeah, we're punting. Sorry, defense, but we're punting. Yeah. You seen that coming. Goodwin, speed to cut it back. Gets a little bit of a block on the edge. Goodwin trying to make plays, slips it all the way down to the 43-yard line. And that is the worst thing we could have probably seen of all time. And there he goes into the locker room. That's not a good sign. And once again, something like that, assuming he is good to play, might take him off of. Oh, look at Kittle. Tries to slip it left, can't, but he is one away from being his X-Factor self. And oh, Jesus, flopper. But yeah, if Goodwin's fine, I think we may have to take him off returns. It was a sick return, but it's just not worth it. Bruised sternum, that is totally fine. You rest yourself, my man. Jimmy Garoppolo on 2nd and 2. Going to go with the QB draw and just gets hammered. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's got a little bit of legs. Who's expecting him to run the ball there? That's all I'm saying. Rita was a little bit risky. Got to throw this away. And there's a little bit of a late hit by Geno Atkins. We will take our 3 points. We enter the 4th quarter in a bit of a situation. Coming back around to worse than we were last drive. Because, of course, we finished with 3, and Fred Warner can't get there. Sherman gets slipped off of to the outside, and A.J. Green drops that. I don't care if it was rookie difficulty. On these sliders, he should not drop that ball. A.J. Green, he may have had a good... Quan, are you... What? You might have had a good play earlier, but for the most part, A.J. Green just seems distracted. I don't know if it's Sherman putting him off, but he just doesn't seem like the A.J. Green I'm used to seeing. D. Ford slipping away. D. Ford in pursuit. A little bit of a team sack there, but they're going to give D. Ford the credit. No one really open, and they're going to take a field goal. But our run blocking has been pretty damn good, and it continues there with a nice first down. He's on par for a pretty damn good year. Tevin, again, outrunning everybody. As usual, slips away. One to beat, really. William wasn't there. Might have scored. Another thing I worry about is we haven't necessarily dominated this game, and we did force a fumble on the very opening kickoff. So without that, it would be a much closer game. And speaking of fumbles, perfect timing. Matt fumbles the ball. All right. I mean, they've been a boring offense, but they've done well. I mean, they have definitely done conservative things. I think without that fumble on the kickoff, we are talking about a potential game-winning situation here for the Bengals. Let's see if Buckner's really not done much since, maybe 1 or 2 plays week 1. Inside, they find A.J. Green. A.J. Green fights, and I think they're going to give him credit. However, the clock is starting to become a bit of a problem to the outside. Oh, he gets a block. Richard Sherman takes him, forces him out of bounds. Buckner working through the double team. We miss with Sherman. Little bit of, speaking of conservative, the word of the day. Our safety, Adrian, there. Definitely looked like he was just going to give it up. Don't give up the booty just for anybody, man. Anderson up the middle from the 1. It's not. It's a fake, and it worked to perfection. That play action was solid. And they're going to bring it within 1 possession. You're going to run it to the left. However, they seem like they're ready for it. I'm not really sure what I want to do now. I'm actually just pass the ball. Pettis, I don't know, even has a catch on the game. He does now. Huge play. Pettis slips away, unfortunately. He gets the first down, but he gets kind of pushed out of bounds there. It's a good first catch, I suppose. It looks pretty damn good. And it's not. No, it is, because Tevin's a 1 to beat. Slips away. Tevin is so fast. Tevin is gone. Tevin is having a season and a half, man. Tevin is a freak of nature. Balling out. Over 150 yards, I believe, on the game. 3 touchdowns. Just an absolute freak. Look at Tevin go. Look how fast he is. Will they be able to convert? To the outside. He is wide open. Andy Dalton misses the throw. It's not technically over, but let's be honest at this point. Close the game out. Get some confidence for yourself, buddy. There you go. There you go. We're sportsmanlike, so we're not going to score, but what a play, and that should be enough to finish this game out. And the game has been won 41-26, a bit better of competition. The Bengals were almost perfect passing on the game. Tevin was, once again, probably the thumbnail guy because, you know, at least week 1 there was a couple of guys, but this game there was no doubt about it. Tevin Coleman was the MVP. I will say D Ford played pretty damn well himself, though. D Ford did very well. Good game rushing. I mean, that's just unbelievable. They had 3 takeaways. We only had 1, but yet we're the ones that won the game. So that conservative football, a little bit of a problem. Jimmy Garoppolo, a little bit worse of a week, but not, you know, anything too bad. Tevin, absolutely unbelievable numbers. Matt with some insane numbers himself. Receiving, Kittle was decent. Almost had that X factor. We should have had it. Debo finally coming alive a little bit. Goodwin never really had a chance. You know, he kind of got hurt late, but still. Nick Bosa, Josh Jones, D Ford. Sean Williams with the only pick of the game. And lots of punting yards for the Bengals. Now here's the moment of truth. Am I an actual helmet wearer or not? I knew I forgot something today. I knew I forgot to wear something today. I knew it. There was just something weird. I was like, man, my head feels really light today. There's just something about it. I don't know. Great, going against the Steelers with the most hardest slider situation going. Interesting. Can't wait to see what the fumbles are like next week. Tevin Coleman, we finally get a player of the... Albert? Are you okay? Albert, listen to me. There's no need to do that against the Patriots, okay? I know. All the years are for... Oh, Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is going to be ending soon. All the years of torture. I get it. I know you're kind of new to this thing. I hate him as much as the next guy, but like, wow. That is a little rude. But here we are going against the Steelers next week. Bye week, obviously that won't affect the video. Browns and Rams. I mean, it's going to get hard. You know, forget that it's on All-Madden. It's going to get hard. We do have the Redskins, which is a 50-50 matchup. I think this is almost the perfect matchup between the two teams. Very evenly matched. Panthers, another very evenly matched. Cardinals should be a win, but we've seen them, I believe, pull off an upset. Don't remember who it was against. Oh, yeah, the Ravens, I think. I don't know if they even actually won, but they looked good. Seahawks, that's a tough matchup. Cardinals, again, not that bad. The Packers, this is going to be a rough one. Going against those Ravens, how are we going to contain Lamar? The Saints, that's a loss. Falcons, probably a loss. Rams, again, probably a loss. Seahawks, probably going to split that series. So it's good that we got our first 2 wins, but you can see the Seahawks 2-0, Rams 1-1, Cardinals. I mean, there's no real huge gap here. We'll talk about all that next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I would appreciate it a ton. And next week, we'll take a look at our first look at college players. Hopefully you guys are excited like I am. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!